Technology is locked and the economy is being harvested. Japan's ultimate fate is likely similar to Thailand's. Why do we say this? Let's take a look at the development comparison between Thailand and Japan to understand. Many people might not know how glorious Thailand was in the 1980s. Compared to China at that time, it was a world of difference. In 1980, China's economy was weak, with a per capita GDP of only $300, and in rural areas, electricity was not even available. In contrast, Thailand's per capita GDP was as high as $2,000, 6 times that of China. A Chinese delegation visited Bangkok and saw skyscrapers and appliances. Returning, they felt mixed, as China struggled with basics while others lived modern. Thailand was one of the 4 Asian tigers, prosperous in the 1990s. In 1996, its GDP nearly $6,000, with the automobile and tourism industries booming, and the streets of Bangkok bustling with traffic. In 1997, the financial crisis collapsed the Thai baht. Foreign capital fled, regressing the economy overnight. The per capita GDP remained $7,000. Wages rose just 15% in a decade, while prices had risen tenfold, making life hard. This is called the middle income trap, where a country develops to a point, hits a ceiling, and cannot move forward or back. It struggles against poorer countries in low-end industries and richer countries in high-end fields, leaving it without future or hope. Thailand is a typical example of this. After looking at Thailand, focus on Japan, a wealthy country. The fates of the two countries are very similar. After their glory days, they slowly decline. In the late 1980s, Japan's economic bubble was remarkable. GDP accounted for 70% of the US, second globally. Stock prices and real estate soared, and people splurged on luxury. In the streets of Tokyo, waving yen bills couldn't get you a taxi. Companies were more terrifying. Sony bought Columbia Pictures and Mitsubishi acquired the Rockefeller Center, boasting that they would buy America. The companies' job seekers could choose jobs, and companies, to attract talent, offered cars, houses, and bonuses. Overtime pay began at thousands, and all expenses were reimbursed. But by early 1990s, Japan's bubble economy burst. Tokyo's housing prices fell 70%, and bankruptcies surged, starting the lost decade. GDP stopped at $40,000. South Korea took semiconductors, and China and US squeezed automobiles. Young people lie down. Customs relieve pressure. Thailand and Japan's tragedies are similar. It relied on OEM to prosper. Japan led in technology and relied on its automotive and home appliance companies. South Korea surpassed in semiconductors, China and the US in renewable. The financial crisis led to the downfall. In Thailand, the Thai baht fell in 1997. The property bubble burst in 1990. Thailand became known for sex tourism, while Japan's adult industry grew. These are all byproducts of economic decline. Japan, unlike Thailand, is not Southeast Asian and has Western backing, making its modernization more advanced than Thailand's. Why did they also collapse? Some say the US reaped benefits, and while partly true, it is not the whole story. The United States did not treat Japan like a pig, but rather like a dog, feeding it meat to guard the door. Japan had a strong foundation and military strength. It had to be handled. After World War II, MacArthur changed the constitution and kept troops in Japan, limiting Japan. The United States shifted industries to Japan, making it dependent on the US market and containing the USSR and China. By the late 1980s, with the Cold War ending, the US saw the situation as settled, and thus no longer needed Japan. In 1985, the Plaza Accord forced yen appreciation, hindering exports. Companies turned to stock and real estate speculation, inflating a bubble. Tokyo's real estate prices soared, and when the Federal Reserve raised rates, capital withdrew, the yen depreciated, and as a result, Japan's manufacturing was ultimately ruined. Entering the lost 30 years, the technology industry stalled, and after the economy was harvested, the service industry rose, especially the adult entertainment industry, which thrived, leading to a decline. The rise of Thailand and Japan mirror, giving insights to China, but China chose a different path. Thailand and Japan depend on foreign funds, while China has a full industrial chain, only nation, with all UN-recognized industries. Financially, Thailand in 1997 asked IMF, opened its capital account. During the Asian financial crisis in 1998, China kept exchange rate controls, blocking foreign capital. Huawei developed its own chips. EVs surpassed German and Japanese cars, with BYD a global favorite. Domestic demand is key. Japan, Thailand, and China have 120 million, 70 million, and 1.4 billion people, providing a vast market to absorb production. Self-reliance and openness help China advance to a global power. The tragedy of small countries is they are pawns in great power games, and great power's confidence is in their cards, not in borrowed support.